The records room.
Surf the web, surf the web.
These are the webhead's greatest virtual adventures. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Spider-Man games.
I'm out of here!
There's a channel on YouTube called WatchMojo.com that makes a bunch of top 10 countdown videos. And, of course, some countdown videos can actually be very well written and entertaining, or you have videos like the ones that WatchMojo makes, which are lackluster in terms of, well, everything. If you're going to make a top 10 video, that means that most of the video will be your own opinions, but WatchMojo doesn't give you that in the slightest. Instead of the person in the video describing their thoughts on the material in question, they instead talk about why other people like or dislike certain things. Most of the time, I feel like their scripts are copied and pasted from Wikipedia, and they do no real research or content analysis. I think that WatchMojo's video on the top 10 Sonic games shows everything that's wrong with their channel. I'm going to show you what they have to say about Sonic Heroes. I haven't made any top 10 videos myself, but I'm going to say what I would put in my script if I were making a top 10 Sonic games list. And keep in mind, I am only 16 years old, and I've only been making videos for about a year and a half. Meanwhile, WatchMojo are adults with plenty of experience.
Number 10, Sonic Heroes.
Well, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey! That's my line!
Sometimes Sonic's powers alone aren't enough to take on Dr. Robotnik. Thankfully, in this game, you get to control 4 teams of 3 characters, each with different abilities.
Oh yeah, baby. This makes us a team.
Some of the lesser-known characters get to take the spotlight, like Vector the Crocodile and Charmy Bee. All are perfect for zipping through the game's 14 levels.
Alright! Our next adventure awaits us, so there's no time to waste!
Number 9, Sonic Adventure.
You serious?
Are you for real? I thought they were gonna say more! Anyway, here's how I would have made the video. In Sonic Heroes, you control 4 different teams of characters, which aren't much different from each other in terms of gameplay mechanics, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily a negative, because there isn't really much wrong with it overall. But the thing that I don't like is how each team goes through the same stages in the exact same order. I get it, Sonic team spent a lot of time and money on the other team, so of course they would force you to play as them, because if the other teams were optional, then I bet that at least 70% of the people who play this game will skip them. Therefore, all the resources spent on the others would go to waste. But still, that's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. The only real difference between the teams are having varying level lengths, and Team Chaotix has a mission-based structure, which eventually came back in Shadow the Hedgehog. Which I do actually like that because it allows different kind of people to enjoy certain teams more than others. For example, I've heard a lot of people say that they like Team Rose the best because their levels are the shortest, but Team Rose is actually my least favorite team because I like longer levels in Sonic games. So if you're going to give me the option, of course I'm going to play the teams that have longer levels. I will admit that Team Dark can go a bit too long sometimes, but I still didn't mind their stages overall. I'm not even done talking, and I'm pretty sure that you can tell the difference between us. And I'm not going to say any more because I might just review Heroes someday in the future, so what's the point of talking about it now? Once again, to prove my point about them not doing any real research or content analysis, let's hear what they have to say about the original Sonic Adventure.
Number 9, Sonic Adventure.
Oh yeah! This is happening!
Sega gamers were so excited about this title when it was released that some thought that it could save the struggling Dreamcast. Though it didn't, it's still an amazing game.
You're right.
It was a huge leap forward for the series, as it featured multiple characters with unique abilities, from fan favorites like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, to one character we'd like to throw into a meat grinder, Big the Stupid Cat. Nonetheless, there's lots of variety to be found, as the game features some 50 play areas to keep you busy for hours.
Sonic! We can't let him get away with this, can we?
No way, Tails!
See what I mean? They didn't really talk about why the game was good. They just said that some people thought that it would save the Dreamcast, and that it had a variety of gameplay that would keep you entertained for hours. Be more specific. What are the pros and cons of each gameplay style? Oh, we're going to the next game now? Well, that was a waste. And that's the other thing. Sometimes I also feel like WatchMojo isn't specific enough in their videos. In this top 10 Sonic games video, Sonic Unleashed was on the list as an honorable mention, but in their top 10 worst Sonic games video, Sonic Unleashed was also there as a dishonorable mention. And the thing is, when WatchMojo does honorable mentions, or dishonorable, they don't talk about them, they just play a random clip. So did they think that the day stages were amazing enough to have the game as an honorable mention as one of the best Sonic games, but the night stages also make it enough to make it one of the worst? Or do they mean that the Xbox 360/PS3 version is one of the best Sonic games, and that the Wii/PS2 version is one of the worst? If they had just said so, I wouldn't even have to ask this question and be so confused about this. When I did my Sonic Colors review, I always made it clear which version of both Unleashed and Colors I was talking about. It's really a bad thing when an inexperienced 16-year-old can provide a more professional analysis on something than those who are much older than I am, have more experience than me, and are actually supposed to be professionals. I just have one more thing to say, and I'm done, which is that their content is repetitive. To show you what I mean, I'm going to play two completely different clips from two completely different videos, and tell me if it doesn't sound like they're saying the same thing both times.
Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2006.
Wow, that's a pretty snazzy performance there.
For Sonic's 15th anniversary and for his first outing on the 360 and PS3, Sega decided to go big. And by big, we mean transfer half of their development team to Sonic and the Secret Rings for the Wii and rush the game for a holiday 2006 release. Because of this, Sega put out one of the most legendarily despised games ever created.
And don't worry, I'll rescue you.
I know.
Sonic 2006 introduced reviled new characters like Silver and Princess Elise, it controlled abysmally, had intolerably long load times, and was backed by a wretched plot. That ended with Sonic sharing a kiss with the aforementioned princess. And yet, this actually wasn't Sonic's biggest fail.
I always keep my word.
Sonic!
Number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, aka Sonic 06.
I may not know what Eggman's up to, but it can't be a good thing.
Yeah, we all knew this one was coming. Released in the honor of the 15th anniversary of Sonic's creation, Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic 06, actively shows disregard and wanton disrespect for its mascot's legacy. This 3D platformer delivers 3 overlong and poorly designed campaigns, each bogged down by unresponsive control schemes and game-breaking glitches.
Whoa!
Furthermore, the game's story is a mess of melodramatic segments, and its characters, both new and old, are either annoying, one-dimensional, or annoying and one-dimensional.
You must eliminate the individual who has awakened Iblis. The Iblis Trigger.
On top of everything else, Sonic 06 also teases the audience with hints of a romance between Sonic and the human princess Elise, which is the epitome of fear.
Anyway, I think I made my point. Normally I don't do negative videos like this, but I had to make an exception for this one. Let me know if you disagree with me or if you agree in the comments below. But try to keep your comments short because I don't like reading long comments.
Because he's not our hero.